Hi viewers, I am Dr. Bhuvaneshwari. Today we are going to talk about COVID-19, that is coronavirus disease 19, that is what it is, COVID-19. So we are going to talk about what coronavirus infection is going to cause in infertility patients and also in pregnancy patients. So initially it was diagnosed in China, Wuhan state, and then after that it spread to all other countries. Now as of now we know that every country is affected, and India also it is slowly increasing. So we have to worry about the general precautions as the government and other societies are advising. We have to follow strictly the guidelines what they are instructing to us, like washing our hands and preventing our cough and sneezing to others, and wear a mask if necessary, and always keep a hygiene and wipe up and clean up your surroundings and surfaces. So these are the general introduction, and again there are a lot of videos which says how to wash, how much time you have to take to wash. All those videos are available. You must watch all those things and follow it up. And this is a general instruction. For the fertility patients who are trying for pregnancy, their anxiety levels are very high. We are getting more and more calls asking for it. When can I do my IVF? When can I come for the stimulation? If they have already done a stimulation, they want to know when can they go for embryo transfer, and what will happen to their embryos, and what is the effect of infection on the embryos or fertility. So these are the common questions they are raising to us. So first and foremost, I want to tell you that there is no evidence as of now suggesting that there is a chances of infection which affects the fertility. There is no evidence says that. So there are people who are only studies on pregnant women who are pregnant and delivering. They are doing lot of studies on them, and then because the pregnancy is an ongoing process, they are delivering. So the patients who are affected with the COVID-19 also in China, they have already delivered, and newborns have been tested. So based on those data, they are trying to say that please stop every planning of pregnancy, because they don't want to take a single percentage risk of infection in the mother or the baby, because it's a immunocompromised state. So that is the reason they are saying that whoever is planning the pregnancy can avoid pregnancy as of now. Two reasons for that is, one is that this planning of pregnancy can be postponed easily. Second one is, if you get a pregnancy, you will be already immunocompromised, and if you have any risk of infection or complications, already hospitals are all flooded with the COVID-19 infection patients, isolation patients, and they don't have a proper enough healthcare workers. So with all these things, if we add on this burden also, then it is very difficult. And also pregnancy, early pregnancy is again a anxiety status. We never know the pregnancies will go on properly, whether there will be an ectopic or miscarriages. So those small complications again will increase the stress among the public and also to the healthcare workers. That is the reason we are telling them to avoid the pregnancy. So fertility treatments can get postponed at least 1 or 2 months till we get the clear-cut idea and data on how that infection is affecting, how long it can go on, like that. So till we know the results and data, as of now we are asking all our patients to hold on their fertility treatments. And if they are conceiving naturally, definitely nothing can be done, and we have to take care of them. And there is no evidence suggesting that for pregnant patients are affected more than the general public. It is almost equal only. People who are all having underlying pneumonia or lung or heart problems or kidney problems, they are the one who are getting more prone to this infections. So, and in pregnancy again, previous history of SARS and like a Middle East respiratory syndrome, MERS, these are the viruses in the previous decade, 2002, 2012, those years they have studied pregnant women with complications. There they have reported that they have high risk of miscarriage and second trimester pregnancy loss and maternal complications. Based on those reports, they are worried this pregnancies also may have or might have complications. That is the reason we don't want to risk this pregnant women. So we are requesting all of you to plan the pregnancy later, or if you are already conceived, please go to the gynecologist, have a proper opinion on the pregnancy. No need to get worried. And if you are pregnant, already ongoing pregnancy, it will be taken care definitely by your obstetrician. So next is that embryos. When we are doing stimulation, and if you are already on stimulation, definitely some cases like cancer patients where they need a fertility preservation, we cannot stop because they have very less time and we don't have to postpone. Those patients, if they are not having any symptoms of COVID-19, we can proceed the stimulation and do a egg collection and store their oocytes, eggs or sperm, something like that. Or if they are already having a infection, then the patients and the healthcare workers, they have to decide to go on this treatment or not. So depending on the status, they will be deciding. People who are asymptomatic and people have time, definitely we will cancel the stimulation cycles and they'll wait and go for a stimulation on a later date. And people who have done egg collection, that is when they got a stimulation, their gametes are retrieved and they are stored in the lab. And those patients, they are waiting for the embryo transfer. So embryo transfer is nothing like transferring back their embryos into the uterus. Again, that portion of the treatment is now at least getting halted because we don't want to transfer the embryos at present. When we are transferring, it is associated with other complications because when we put the embryos, they need to be on a lot of drugs and immunocompromised status will be there and they will be bedridden, and along with that some other complications can add on. Once they get pregnant, again early pregnancy, we don't know what is the complication expected. So that is the reason we are trying to avoid that embryo transfer. Next is that what will happen to my embryos which are stored in the lab. So you don't need to worry about that. Embryos are all safely preserved and the solution which is required to maintain the storage also is every day it is checked by the dedicated people, IVF team. Even the government and Indian Society of Assisted Reproduction is helping them to get no interference or no difficulty in getting the solution and giving to the IVF centers. So the chain is not broken, it is continuously maintained and monitored. So your embryos are very safe. As of now, there is no study, there is no evidence which says that this COVID-19 affects the fertility potential in men or women. So that is for sure as of now. And in future, we don't know what will be the status. So that only once we get enough number of patients data, then we will be able to give you that solution. Next, corona and early pregnancy and pregnancy complications. So corona, so far there is no evidence. There is no difference between pregnant and non-pregnant. But there is a study by Chinese people in a Wuhan state where 9 pregnant women who were COVID positive delivered, all newborns were normal. But later on by March 15-16, again there is another study came up saying that again 4 newborn babies are affected. And initially they got positive and then after that they said that it is becoming a negative and babies are all okay. And latest study now in the March month which showed that 33 women who are positive and delivered babies, out of which 3 babies are COVID positive. So this COVID positive again in only in the early weeks they found day 2, day 4 when they tested COVID-19 was positive. But these babies again on day 7, day 9 the COVID test was negative. So all the precautions were taken to isolate the baby from the mother and avoid a transmission from the mother to child. So now they are worried whether it is through the maternal transmission or through some amniotic fluid or umbilical cord or some other mode of transmission could be possible. But we are not sure about it. Based on these data, that is why the pregnancy again has some chances of transmission of infection to the baby. So we are asking everyone to take precautions during the delivery. So when we say all these things, because of the old data and whatever available data within these 2 months, we are trying and telling you that in the pregnancy, any early pregnancy, middle pregnancy, you don't need to worry about that. If there is any complication like any other normal pregnancy, it can also happen. But if you are having any symptom, if you are having a cold, cough or breathing difficulty, if you have any underlying cardiac problems, if you have a family member who have travelled from outside the country or corona affected countries and come back and stayed with you, if you have any suspicion, you have to report to the obstetrician and the hospital so that at least they will guide you where to go and test it. So if you are not having any symptoms, if you don't have any of these history, then you can go for a checkup. that too only when indicated. If regular checkups are not required, over the phone you can definitely have a consultation through video conferencing or online consultations, and you can have your prescription, you can continue to have medicines. Only indicated time you have to go to the hospital, have some clarity on the pregnancy and baby. If you have any doubt about your fetus or baby, then only in emergency situation you can go to the hospital, so that the transmission rate will be less. The spread between you and healthcare workers, from the healthcare workers to you also will be minimized by reducing the number of visits to the hospital. Next it comes that during the term, that is near your due date. When you are nearing your due date, again the same precautions. You have to stay at home safely. You have to definitely strictly follow all the safety precautions. Hand washing, not touching any surfaces. If you are touching, you have to keep on wash your hands. Use the sanitizers or soap and water. Avoid distance between your family members to you and them, at least 2 meter distance. That's the advised one. And every material you are purchasing, buying vegetables, fruits, everything, please try and wash as advised, and then use the food like that. And if you have any pain, any complications, if you feel that anything is not usual, please report early to the hospital so that they will be prepared for that. And if you have symptoms, if you are having a severe suspicious, definitely you have to report. So those doctors, if they have facilities with all the protection, they might deliver in their hospital. If they don't have, they will refer you to the proper hospital, where at least where there is a proper prevention and protective materials are available to the healthcare and for you, so that you and your baby will be safely delivered and monitored after delivery also. So these are the precautions we are trying to tell, and because of all this past data and evidence, we are trying and telling you that. So the moment you have any symptoms at any period of the time, you have to inform your doctor, and otherwise you don't need to worry about that. You can continue to have your consultation online. In emergency, you can reach out to the hospitals, and they are available for emergency purposes 24/7. So definitely you can make use of that at least facilities. So now you will be clear. For the pregnancy patients who are having a pregnancy, ongoing pregnancy will go on as I advised. People who are waiting, mainly fertility patients, two things can happen. One is that you can conceive normally and it will be a positive result, or if you are not conceiving, definitely the moment this peak period is done, gone, so we will be planning your cycles. We will call you back and then start a program as we planned earlier. So in case if you have already had a COVID-19 infection, usually we suggest once you are cleared of the disease, at least 28 days we may have to wait. So these again depending on this duration, again depending on the ongoing trials and data research, which says that what is the duration we should give if they are already affected with the COVID-19 for the IVF treatment. We will be getting a data later. Once we get it, depending on that we are going to plan your treatment. So as of now, nothing to worry. If you have any anxiety, if you have any doubts, you please call up our helpline numbers. We are always available on the phone, online and or video conferencing. You can make use of those facilities, and so that we can plan. People who are coming from other states, outside the country, again I request you people, first our safety is very important. So you stay wherever you are there and take all the precautions. Once this crisis and this infection died over, then we will be able to plan and give the best success. Thank you.